Panginoon. Kahit ang ordinaryo may kakaibang kwento. Ano ang meron sila? Kakaiba ka. Kakaiba ko. Naibang buhay dahil kakaiba ka. Kakaiba ka. Kakaiba ka.
Isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay may isa na naman kaming kakaibang kwento ng buhay para sa inyo. Kwento ito ng isang taong kilala at nagtagumpay sa kanyang napiling larangan. Matunog ang pangalan niya na malamang ay inyo nang narinig noon at maging sa kasalukuyan. So let's welcome today's guest, Miss Mikee Cojuangco-Jaworski. Welcome to Kakaiba Ka, Mikee! Hi!
Hi, Sweden! Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's our honor and pleasure. Okay, so Mikee, para sa ibang mga nakakakilala sa'yo, ang pangalang Mikee Cojuangco ay nakakabit sa pagiging isang atleta, di ba? So, pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng pasilip sa buhay mo bilang isang equestrian?
Actually, yung mga pinsan ko kasi, dating nag-aaral ng equestrian, mga 8 years old ako noon. Madalas akong nakakasama sa daddy ko kasi marami naman siyang mga pangarera. So exposed ako sa kabayo pero hindi ako sumasakay. Nung nakita ko yung mga pinsan ko, parang sabi ko, uy, parang gusto ko yata maging equestrian, yung makasama ko sila. Kasi syempre, older sila sa akin eh. Medyo iniidolo ko sila, ganon. So kinulit ko yung parents ko para payagan ako. Pero mga 2 years later, 2 years ng pangungulit bago sila finally pumayag na sumakay ako ng kabayo. So from that time, talagang siguro yung na-enjoy ko siya kasi lahat ng free time ko, naghahanap ako ng paraan na makasakay ako ng kabayo. So medyo naging mabilis siguro yung natuto rin ako ng medyo mabilis dahil doon. And of course, supportive naman yung parents and sisters ko. At 16, nag-national team na rin ako but I was 4th year high school that time. And then tuloy-tuloy na siya from there.
Mukhang passion mo talaga. Kaya naman ikaw ay nasabak na rin sa iba't ibang klase ng competition. Let's talk about your Asian Games experience. Why was it memorable and special for you?
Oh, you know what, Sweden? Actually, this year is the 20th anniversary of my Asian Games victory. But, for me, very memorable siya kasi I guess at that time, I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to compete internationally again. I just had my second child in December of 2001. And pinag-usapan naman namin mag-asawa na we wanted to have already another baby. And tinanong niya naman ako, so are you more interested in competing in SEA Games or Asian Games? Sabi ko, Asian Games kasi yung SEA Games 2001. Yung Asian Games 2002. So sabi niya, sige, di kailangan magkaroon na tayo ng baby ngayon. So pinag-pray namin na the timing that we're hoping for is the same as what the Lord wants for us, di ba? Oo naman. So I gave birth December 2001. Tapos by Feb, I was training already. By March, I was already overseas. So memorable siya dahil it was really a journey. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be put forward as a competitor, as a member of the Philippine team.
Balita ko, for that Asian Games, you also had to buy your own horse. What's the story behind that?
Yeah, ganun naman talaga. I mean, you really have to buy your own horse. And of course, ever since nag-graduate ako ng college, tapos nagtrabaho na ako, sabi na ng daddy ko sa akin, kumikita ka na, bahala ka na dyan. Sabi niya, you need to also do your part, do your share in this. Hindi iisipin mo na lang na aasa ka na lang, di ba? Of course, I wasn't married at that time, but di nag-ipon ako, tapos sabi ko talaga, itong next na kabayo na bibilin ko, hindi na ako magpapakakuripot sa sarili kasi baka ito na yung talagang last hurrah. So sabi ko, sige, mag-iipon ako, tapos I'll set a budget for the kind of horse that I want because I want to be sure that I'm gonna be competitive. Pero nung Christmas Eve, nagbigayan na kami ng Christmas gift, di ba? Binigyan ako ni Dodot ng piggy bank. Piggy bank na blue, tapos nakalagay doon, naka-pentel pen, a savings for your next horse. Sabi niya. Tapos tinignan ko yung piggy bank, sabi ko, parang hindi yata kasya dito yung mga barya para makabili ako ng maayos na kabayo. So sabi niya, hindi, buksan mo, sabi niya. Bubuksan ko? Hindi, sige, buksan mo. Tapos dun sa may likod niya, may opening siya. Tapos meron pala dun, note na he's the one who's gonna buy my next horse. Or at least may share siya doon. So, that was, I was surprised. I wasn't naman expecting it kasi pinaghandaan ko naman siya. Pero talagang naging, parang eventually, I was able to see how the Lord orchestrated all of it. Na from the very first step, na hindi ko pa siya na-realize kung paano niya yung pinagdugtong-dugtong. Kasi the day that I won the Asian Games, so even Dodot's birthday.
Oh, wow!
So, di ba, ang daming dahilan na maging memorable siya. Yeah.
Yeah. Tapos tama ba? Kasi from the story summary lang, nabasa ko na you labeled that horse mascot. Bakit mascot?
Kasi nung nandun na kami sa Asian Games, may lumapit. Sabi niya, hey, how are you guys able to get a mascot? Anong mascot? Niisip ako, anong mascot? Sabi niya, you have a horse here that's definitely not competing. So nagtataka ako, sabi nila, meron doon parang kabayo na ang liit-liit na mukha siyang hindi naman makatalon. Mascot daw. Tapos sabi ko, sandali lang. Isa lang yung kabayo namin na medyo ganun yung itsura. Kabayo ko yun So sabi ko sa kanya, no, I'm sorry, that's not a mascot, that's my horse. Tapos kala pa niya, nagbibiro ako. Tapos ako, no, that's really my horse. Yung face niya talaga nag-iba. Oh, parang nahiya na lang siya, hindi niya alam. I'm just kidding. Parang ganun na yung naging reaction. Super awkward. Kasi after a while, naisip, sandali lang, dapat bang ma-offend ako na sinabi niya? Pero too late na.
Of course, di ba ipanalo ka ng kabayo na yon?
Siguro nagulat silang lahat.
For sure. Yeah.
When the Asian Games finally came, ang daming nagsasabi na parang, uy, alam mo, ang galing mo, ganon. Parang sabi ko, marami nga nagsasabi magaling ako, pero wala naman akong medal. So sabi ko, yung talagang nagkaroon ako ng time of reflection because of course I was abroad, I was by myself. I was with of course members of the team, pero yung napapabayaan ka with your thoughts, yung ganon, di ba?
Right.
So sabi ko, di ba, yung ganon, so sabi ko, Lord, ba't ganon? Ang daming nagsasabi na magaling ako, pero wala naman akong medal. Tapos naisip ko na, sandali lang, wala nga akong medal, pero ang dami kong mga experiences, ang dami kong mga pinagdaanan, ang dami kong natutunan. Yung pagiging atleta ko, napakalaki nung naging contribution niya sa personality ko, sa mga natutunan ko dahil sa pagiging isang atleta. So sabi ko, alam nyo, Lord, sige, sabi ko, siguro mas dapat na ma-realize ko yon na lahat nito blessings, na hindi kailangan magkaroon ng medal para masabing nagtagumpay ka. Every good thing I see, I'm just gonna thank God. So lahat talaga nung, halimbawa, nasa bus ako, papunta dun sa training and competition, tsaka pa uwi, 45 minutes one way. Minsan, titingin ka lang sa labas, tas biglang, wow, ang ganda nung sunrise or yung sunset. Lord, kung ito lang yung dahilan na dinala mo ko dito para makita ko to, thank you. may nakausap akong kaibigan na matagal ko nang hindi nakita. Lord, kung ito lang yung dahilan na pinadala mo ako dito, thank you. Basta lahat ng mga bagay na ganon. And I said, Lord, thy will be done.
Bukod sa pagiging atleta, no, hindi naman lingid sa kaalaman ng marami na pinasok mo rin yung mundo ng showbiz, di ba? So, how's that experience for you naman?
Oh, it was really good. I mean, I really enjoyed it. Actually, grade school pa lang, drama club na ako, yung mga ganon, no? So, it's not as if na hindi ako mahilig sa acting and things like that, or theater, the arts, but I did a TV commercial when I was 17, and then I started getting offers for movie, mga artista ako, pero I was really not interested kasi estudyante ako, atleta ako. Para sa akin yun yung focus ng buhay ko. And well, I got injured when I was 19 and I couldn't train for more than 1 year. I had 3 surgeries because of that injury. So medyo naano rin ako, parang mas nagkaroon ako ng anxiety kasi estudyante na lang ako. Wala na akong ginagawang iba. Hindi ako sanay kasi usually everyday talaga nagte-training ako, pero that time hindi ko naman magawa. And so I accepted the offer, and that's how my so-called showbiz career started.
Ayan na, atleta, tapos naging artista, and of course, sa nakalipas na 23 years, Mikee, ikaw ay naging asawa at ina rin. Kwentuhan mo naman kami, ano ba yung nagbago nung ikaw ay hindi na lang Mikee Cojuangco, nung ikaw ay Mikee Cojuangco-Jaworski na?
Well, of course, a lot has to change, di ba? Kasi yung buhay mo hindi na talaga sa'yo lang. Siyempre, when you get married, you make a vow in front of God and in front of man. And sometimes when it gets to the details already of daily life and what you need to do, parang, ay, kasama nga pala to dun sa vow. Dun sa vow na ginawa ko, di ba? Yung gano'n. Kasi
paano mo pala siya na-meet?
Naano kami. We were actually set up on a date by his teammate and my teammate. Kasi sila nung time na yon. So, kulit-kulit pa nga nila. Tapos sige na, mag-date na kayo. Sa kakakulit nila, parang pareho kami, sige na nga, parang gano'n, no? Sige na nga, ano ba naman yung date? Hindi naman ibig sabihin nun na kailangan maging kayo or magkatuluyan kayo.
Yung pag sabi mo ba kay Dodot ng I do, yan din ba ay surrender for you?
Oh yes, of course it is. Kasi you don't know naman actually kung ano talaga yung pinapasok mo, di ba? Feeling mo, alam mo. Pero actually hindi. It takes a certain amount of faith, I guess, to say na I know that right at this moment, I'm exactly where God wants me to be. Pero ikaw pa rin yung mag-iisip ng, pero bakit? Ano yung gusto niya sa akin ngayon? Anong gusto niyang gawin ko? O nandito na ako, ano bang gusto niya, left or right? Yung parang ganon, di ba? So, I think if you have the faith and you want to be guided by what you believe that the Lord wants for you, which is always going to be something good, then I think you kind of base your decisions on what you think would be pleasing to God.
Meron pa bang mga ibang pangyayari sa buhay mo na sa tingin mo, sinurrender mo na rin to kay Lord?
Napansin ko na yung mga classmates ko, sinusundo sila sa school ng parents nila. Pero ako, parang never ko pang nakikita yung parents ko sa school. So sabi ko sa dad ko, bakit yung mga kaklase ko sinusundo sila ng parents nila? Ako lang yung hindi. So sabi niya, there are some things that the Lord has tasked for us to do for our country na hindi magagawa ng iba. So busy kami ng mami mo. Ikaw naman, bilang isang Pilipino, since bata ka pa, wala ka pang masyadong magagawa, kailangan mag-aral ka, maging mabait ka, huwag kang maging mayabang, tsaka isipin mo na lang na the time that we don't get to spend with you because we're trying to do something for other people is your share. So kumbaga, i-share mo na lang kami para we can do good. But when you get older, since you're so blessed, you also have to find a way to be a blessing to others. So ganun yung palaging sinasabi niya sa akin. Actually, hanggang ngayon nga, minsan nasasabi pa niya yun na nakakapag-ano ka ba ng paraan na maging blessing ka sa ibang tao? Baka mayabang ka na ha, yung ganon. Palagi niya akong pinaalalahanan.
Ganda. Ganda nun. And sabi mo kanina nga, di ba, lumaki ka na yung mundo ng politics nandiyan na sa inyo.
Yeah.
Tapos, kumbaga parang full circle din kasi ngayon, ang napangasawa mo, si Dodot, dating atleta, pero
Yes.
back din sa politics.
Actually, nung nag-meet kami, konsehal siya. So, tapos ako naman, kakatapos ko lang ng term ko sa SK. So, when we got married, nag-usap talaga kami na parang, so sino sa atin ang papasok sa politics? Ganon, di ba? Tapos, ang napag-desisyonan namin was that it's gonna be him. So, but so now he's vice mayor of Pasig, di ba? Although before, nag-congressman na rin siya sa Pasig. And then he ran for mayor, but that didn't work out the way that we expected it to. And I have to say na yun yung one of the biggest surrenders that I've ever really done in my life because it's not something na ginusto namin pinagdasal namin yung opposite nung nangyari. And we really invested a lot of ourselves into that effort. Mm-hmm. So, nung hindi siya nangyari, syempre, sasabihin mo talaga, bakit? Diba? Parang hindi naman ganito hindi naman din ganito yung naging indication of turn of events, yung ganon. Lord, bakit ka pumayag na ganitohin kami? Parang ganon, no? But, at the same time, I have to say that nung nangyayari yung mga bagay na yon, parang feeling mo, end of the world, yung ganon. Pala, mas naging maganda pa yung buhay namin, mas naging masaya pa yung buhay namin, mas naging ang dami naming naranasan na hindi namin siguro may experience kung nasa politics si Dodot at yung family namin at that point in time. Nakita namin lumaki yung mga anak namin, nagawa namin maging prioridad sila sa lahat ng bagay, nakapagpunta kami sa kung saan lugar sa mundo, nakapagtayo kami ng mga successful na negosyo. Hindi naman namin magagawa yun kung nanalo kami ng eleksyon nun. So mas napaganda pa yung buhay namin, mas gumanda yung buhay namin, mas marami kaming natutunan tungkol sa mundo, tungkol sa buhay. And now that Dodot is back in public service, he is even more qualified now than he ever was before because of everything that we experienced during that period of time na parang kumbaga nawala kami sa public eye.
Yes.
So, with all of those things, how can I not have the attitude of surrender when I know that all the plans that God has had for me, kahit na yung mahulog ako sa kabayo, na dahil doon naging artista ako, dahil doon nabayaran ko yung sport ko, dahil doon nakaipon ako, paano ko ngayon sasabihin na hindi napaganda yung buhay ko dahil doon sa mga trials na yon?
Sobrang dami mo ng surrender na ginawa sa buhay mo. And kapag ginagawa mo yung surrenders na yon, ano yung nagmo-motivate sa'yo?
The Lord has already shown His faithfulness so many times in my life. Sa lahat ng mga hindi ko inisip na good, ginawa niyang good. So para sa akin, it's ako minsan naisip ko, God has a sense of humor. So minsan, feeling ko, Lord, ikaw talaga, may sense of humor ka, no? Minsan hindi nakakatuwa, pero sige na lang. So for me, my motivation in surrendering to God is everything that He has blessed me with because I surrendered to Him. Hindi ko na nilalabanan. Pati yung mga challenges, yung joy of effort, pinapasok ko na lang. Kasi pag iniisip ko na, Lord, anong gusto mo? Ba't mo ako dinala dito? Ano bang gusto mong kalabasan nito? How can I be an instrument of your will? Ganon, no? I'm sure I make a lot of mistakes also. And I'm sure I get it wrong a lot of the times. But for me, I would be so silly to think that anything that I have in my life has not been from God.
Para sa ating mga listener and viewer, sa lahat ng pinag-usapan natin today, ano naman yung mensahe na gusto mong iparating sa kanila?
Siguro, kahit medyo gasgas, I just want to keep encouraging everyone. Gaya ng sabi mo, Sweden, kakaiba ko. Pero lahat tayo kakaiba. Sa totoo lang, one of the biggest turning points in my life was when I really wanted to get to know God. Because it made me seek Him. It made me want to know Him more. And I did that by reading the Bible, exposing myself to people who were the same in their desire to be faithful. There are so many people who parang they resist it. They resist it. And I'm not really sure why, because honestly, life is so much easier when you can surrender it to the Lord. Just knowing that yung pagmamahal niya para sa ating lahat pantay-pantay. And knowing that someone who loves you will not want any harm to come upon you. Kasi life is full of challenges, di ba? Pero pwede naman natin tignan yung buhay na parang hirap-hirap ng buhay ko, ba't ganito yung buhay? Talagang pinaparusahan ba tayo by being on this, di ba? In this broken world. But actually, if you find the joy in putting in the effort into being able to do something well, to do good, to achieve something, not just for yourself, but for somebody else, or to show love to someone, there's joy. Effort siya, pero may joy siya. And you pray that having that attitude is gonna bring glory first to God, and then country, and then family. Para sa akin, ganun yung hierarchy niya.
Mikee, maraming salamat sa pagbabahagi mo sa amin ng iyong kakaibang pananaw and all your surrenders na ginawa sa iyong buhay. Thank you so much, Mikee.
Thank you, Sweden, and thanks to everybody who's watching, and God bless you all.
Surrender. Yan ang narinig natin ngayon kay Mikee. Surrender, hindi para bumigay, ngunit upang bigyan ng puwang ang Diyos na gumalaw sa ating mga buhay. Para sa mga nanonood, hiling namin ay may nagbago sa pagharap ninyo sa anumang pagsubok sa inyong mga buhay. Kakaiba man ang inyong pinagdaraanan, laging alalahanin na maaari nating isuko ang lahat ng ito sa Diyos na siyang kakaiba sa lahat. Ako po si Sweden Velado Ramirez. Samahan niyo po ulit kami sa susunod pa naming mga kwento dito lang sa Kakaiba Ka.
Kakaiba ka, iba ka, kakaiba, kakaiba ka, iba ka.
Maraming salamat sa pagsama niyo sa amin ngayon sa isa na namang kakaibang kwentuhan. To get notifications and updates about our upcoming episodes here at Kakaiba Ka, please like, share, and subscribe to our FB page and YouTube channel. Kung nais niyo naman ng mas marami pang kakaibang kwento at aral, we invite you to watch Open Door Sunday, isang inspirational program tuwing first Sunday of the month. Pwede kayong manood o makinig sa Open Door online, or pwede niyo rin siyang ma-experience ng live. For more details, visit Open Door FB page. Magkita-kita po tayo muli sa susunod na kwentuhan dito sa Kakaiba Ka.
Kakaiba ka, kakaiba ka.